Hi, welcome to this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to fix this 80cc motorized bike fuel tank. I was rattling around a bit. I only had these front two bolts hooked up, and because of my bike setup, it's a Kent Bayside, and it seems sufficient, but I hear even when you have both that these little spot welds there will give way, and this is very thin metal, probably just the thinnest you could possibly get away with, because it's meant to be economically efficient and otherwise. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this quick weld, the J-B weld. This is the 6-minute J-B weld as opposed to the 4-hour. They have the 4-hour stuff, but this is the 6-minute. Sets in 6 minutes, so I don't have a lot of time to work with it. And then I'm going to use these Fender Washers. I'm just going to put the J-B weld on the back side and push those down, and that will create kind of a sandwich. That kind of thing works good in composites and things, so this will be like more of a metal sandwich. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it right here if you want to watch. First thing I'm going to do is scratch this up really good. I'm going to try not to go too far because then it'll make it look bad. But this will give some tooth for the epoxy putty to go in and hold on to the metal. And I'm thinking this may not be the most prettiest job, but now it's not completely flat, so I'm going to have to make sure there's enough putty on this side to fill in that gap. This will probably sit flat, and then there will be extra here and here. Now it's not good to get this stuff on your fingers. I don't do a lot of epoxy work right now, and when I do bigger epoxy jobs, I always wear gloves. So, yeah, I actually do some, but for a small job like this, if you get it on your fingers, I would just wipe it off really quick. If you have gloves, I'm actually out, so just going through gloves pretty quick. So here's the washers, and I guess you can thumb that open. I may just do one for the video. You know how these things are, you gotta open them. So it has directions, but pretty much know how it's done. You mix the two compounds 1-to-1. So this one's the hardener. This one is the steel. So I'm not going to put, I just nicked that open with this side. I'm not going to put that in here because that's the hardener. So I'll be using a different edge. So I'm going to use like 2 peas of each. If you eat peas out of a can, that type of a thing. A lot of times with this stuff, they would say peas, golf balls, and softballs, and that gives you an idea of how much to use. So I'm going to leave that to the side. I'm going to use this one. So this type of thing, you just mix it up. It's like Bondo. Colors help you see if it's been mixed. I like to clean my paddle off once. You know, it's like making pizza dough or something. It's not a big deal. Almost feel like Bob Ross there for a second. So this stuff's pretty soupy, actually. I'm going to bring this back into frame. And I partly want to put it on the washer and then set it on through, but I feel like it's going to get on the threads. That's a big no-no. So I'm just gonna do it Bob's way here. Get some of that off, pick it up right here. Now this side is where I really need it. Now if this isn't perfect, I still think it's going to hold. Because I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the outside. Keep it away from the threads. I'm just going to knock that down. It looks like it's running. Person could probably let this set up a little bit, but I'm just going to go right down. So stuff's getting everywhere. I'm just going to dress it up, keeping the threads clean. You really only probably need the first ½ inch of threads, but it's good to keep them clean as a whole. Now if you have a lot of experience with this Kwik weld, you could probably do a nicer, prettier job at this, and maybe not kick the camera, but thinking after I do 4, I'll be pretty good at this. But that's the gist of it. So that's what I'm doing to dress these up and keep them from leaking. Kind of feel like I need to have some right there in the center. I probably should have. We're doing this on the fly, so I'm going to put a little bit here in the center because I think that's really important, because that's going to handle that vibration and keep it from leaking. Now this is supposed to be 5,000 pounds per square inch. Of holding capacity or hardness, but it's got to have really good tooth to achieve every bit of that and hold on good. So the sanding really helped with that. And I can't be 1,000% sure this is going to hold up to fuel. The fuel may degrade the material. They do have gas tank material, gas tank repair stuff, and I've heard of people using that. And but this has always been something that's worked for me. This J-B weld, use it on radiators that are 150 pounds of pressure within them, and all kinds of other things. I haven't built a go-kart with it, though I think you could if you did a meticulous job of applying it. It might crack eventually. It's better to weld than to J-B weld, but for something like this, it would be easy to burn right through that with a welder, I think. I'm not a master. If you're a master welder, you know, it's like machining, you know, once you've done it, you know, depth of cut and all that stuff. Same with welding, you know, depth of weld. So if that's you, maybe you have a better way, but for just a quick fix for now and to see how it does, I'm going to leave this video up as long as it's holding. If it doesn't hold, I'll report on the video, but that's it. So the Fender Washers size is 3/16 by 3/4. And those are Hillman. Those are pretty common. That's what I used. So that's all, and hope that helps you. If you like this video, go ahead and like, and go ahead and subscribe. I'd like to get subscribers, and I love the likes. So anyway, see you in the next video. Bye now.